The Beef and Barnzy Show, brought to you by Bowlersmart.com, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Lightning Strikes Bowl, home of Bowlers Mart Pro Shop. By Platinum Ford, drive the difference. By Fire Lake Bowling Center, 24 state-of-the-art lanes. By True Grit Coatings, drive on our passion. By Road to Grip, king of them all. By 900 Global, striking worldwide.
Good morning and welcome back to the Beef and Barnzy Show, or Barnzy times 2 this time. And Stu will be joining us shortly. Of all things, he's the one with technical issues. So, but we do have a special one today. And on top of this guy winning his first regional last weekend, we also had another milestone. This Oklahoma player has won his 10th regional already. It's crazy. But joining us, and we're so lucky to have him here, Eric Jones. How are you?
Wonderful. How are y'all?
I'm doing all right. What's new in Oklahoma?
An extra trophy. That's about it.
That's a good answer.
And it's cold.
Yeah. So this weekend, we'll talk about yours first. We bowled in Tinker Air Force Base on the strings. You have some experience on those before, or is this your first?
When I built a lane in my backyard, it was string.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that. I had a $5 roll off with Kevin Williams throwing one-handed backup ball on strings once. That was it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, during COVID, you guys did build a lane in your backyard. It had a short approach, a short lane, a little bit of oil. I don't know.
Yeah, Pam.
Some Pam. All right.
Yeah, Bolero oil green.
Now.
We were all thinking it. I don't know. Just
coolant.
I wasn't throwing shots. I wasn't.
So, hello to everybody. If you're watching on Facebook, yeah, I tried something different and it fucked it. So, it won't be like that next week, or even on Thursday. But yes.
What'd you do?
Yeah.
I'm the one supposed to things.
It said it had this new feature that you could watch vertically.
Mm-hmm.
And the vertical really doesn't work very well. It probably would have worked better if Chris wasn't sharing the one screen with Ryan. So if Ryan moves to his left, you'll see him on the Facebook. But unless he does, you won't.
Sucks to suck. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a disaster. Don't worry about it. It's just that, like, with the vertical, it's better for Facebook. But clearly it wasn't. Hey, you'll do some work on your right side.
Yeah.
Holding that position the whole time.
Yeah.
So congratulations, boys. Good wins. I'm going to use the Chris logic that neither of them count because I wasn't at either of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Chris logic.
Yep. They don't count if I'm not there.
Yeah. He said that to Nathan live when we said that Nathan won 25 regionals. He goes, nah, I've probably been at 4 of them. That doesn't count. Nathan informed Chris that he beat him 3 times in the final.
Statement stands, but yes, that's probably true.
Hey, Glenn, thanks for being part of the show again. He says, congrats to both of you guys. Love all of your channels. He doesn't, Eric is what I would call channel adjacent.
Channel adjacent.
Yeah, well, he doesn't really have a channel. Sarah has a channel, so he has one by default.
Yeah, she's got her headphones in over there. Oh, she's editing.
One of your fellow Portsiders coming in.
Okay.
Shout out to the hype. Got your merch on today, Charles. Nice to see you. It was the end of the year, so we got some Coolwick merch. Coolwick hooked me up. So thanks to Coolwick. There he is. My dog. So yeah. Always a bit of fun to go through some of the other guys. Funnily enough, Integrity shirt wasn't high on my list.
No. Nick says, Eric, I'm sure it's no coincidence that after all the conversations we had about lane play, ball motion, topography, and ball progression at the SASBA events, nice stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It was a pleasure to play with a mind of his at the SASBA. It's just a guy that really knows the game back and forth.
What did he tell you? Throw the black ball as slow as you can if it doesn't hook.
Yeah, spin it, rotate it, throw it right.
Nick always talks about getting his elbow and his forearm parallel to the lane. He likes that one. He's like, if I get it parallel to the foul line, that tends to work better. He says, wrist, elbow, forearm, dead level with the line.
All right, I've been
No,
working
the other
on that
way,
too.
Ryan. Getting that elbow.
Elbow out.
Yeah, that's my
Chicken
move.
wing the shit out of it. So, maybe Ryan should get his own office with that winner's check.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think you misunderstand how much regionals pay.
Yeah, if he was going to get his own, office, it would have been after the tour season, not after the regional.
Right.
I think people just don't understand how cushy he's got it right now at home. Is more to the point. Hey Ryan, how'd you like that new internet?
It's good. They might do that before.
Yeah, he was plugged in. His mom's a lot happier though. That 50-foot cord's not running down the stairs through the hall and around the.
Mhm. David,
Holy.
two-handed bowler. So over to you, boys. 17 to 18 miles an hour and around 450 RPMs. Will bowl a tournament that has the same 42-foot pattern Chris bowled on. Over to you, Chris. The only difference is the lane machine is a Brunswick Envoy. Okay, so it's not going to be close. What 6 balls, Arsenal, do you recommend me taking? Purple, spare ball, +4.
Well, he's already got the 2 I would have said, so the other 4.
Right. It was the only 2 that JJ used most of the week.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I mean, you could mix it up and take a black urethane also.
Yeah, I would go Equinox Solid. Another fairly strong ball. I mean, that pattern had plenty of oil, and the Brunswick machine is not going to get more oil in the front. So
I just think
not really less either.
It's one of those things with the machines. It's just like they could lay something totally different down, and you wouldn't know because it's not going to be even close.
Well, I don't think they were all that much different when we went to Kegel machines. Ironically.
No, but what I'm saying is they weren't laying the same patterns down. Is what I mean. Like they adapted them. Like,
yeah, it depends on who translates them mostly. But assuming it's on a similar surface, pro lane or like that, I mean, it's mostly going to be pretty strong balls. I don't know that the IMAX and those balls have been those too much. I mean, your arsenal would be Equinox Solid, Optimum Idol,
Pitch black.
Viking, and with the pitch black. And then if you wanted a lower end ball, just because depends on how many games you're going to bowl, but we didn't even need a low end ball because we only bowled 6 games and were seniors, so they didn't break it down much. So that makes sense.
It does to me. Like you bowled on a you're basically bowling on a pattern that's got a lot of oil, and it's 42 feet. So I think
volume, most of it's between 20 and 40 feet, and they're
I think the only thing I would be a little careful of is to make sure you had at least one somewhat responsive ball. If you can't stay in the urethane. With you being two-handed, it doesn't need to be like super, super quick, but something like a Viking or something like that, I think would be.
Yeah, I mean, you could have one ball underneath it, maybe, but I mean, you use a Road Warrior still in that down in there, but
Yeah.
Could be IM Pro. It could be. Yeah.
You're too kind, David. Too kind. Thank you. So let's have a little chat. Who should we start with? Should we start with Ryan, who clearly paid off the lane guy in the title match because he left the 10 pin every shot, and then that pesky head pin just kept taking it out. I'm sure Darren would have been a little bit more salty if he didn't have his left hand on the ball. That would have been like a one-hander's worst fucking nightmare, watching you not strike once and have like 250 going into the 10th. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? It was that last one that you showed where you'd finished up about 4 lanes away because the messenger had missed, and then it just fucking fell anyway.
Yeah.
That was in the middle.
That was one I didn't see.
Oh no, I just meant on the post he put. Like,
okay.
I didn't watch the game. I just watched Ryan's post of the troll. Like, take that, two-handed haters. Bang, 10 pin messenger.
Just leaning all the way into it.
I mean, I really did want to go fucking bring on the strings. Never happened on strings. But you had one.
Yes. I had 3 messengers, 2 7-pins and an 8-pin, if we count that.
Okay.
But one of them was in the last game.
How many of those when you went straight through the nose?
No, super light.
I was about to say, did you miss the pocket the whole time?
Like at all?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, I had a Brooklyn.
Oh god, I just looked. I wasn't heartbroken that I had to play dad for the weekend. When I saw that it was it 4 lefties out the top 5?
5 out of the top 5.
Oh, it was 5 out of the top 5. Okay, well at least you had consistency.
Well, and when you got to the round of 8, I mean, they were 8-0 after two games. So,
well, one of the lefties lost.
Yeah, but none of the righties won.
No.
They all got clipped.
Yeah.
Zach, if you want to watch, you can watch Ryan's regional. That's on Bowl TV. So if you go back in the archives, you can watch that on there. There was no streaming at the one that you went to, right, Eric?
No, but Packy was vlogging, so he'll.
Sarah was bowling herself, though, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. She was at the trios at Plano.
Right.
Brady's dad was trying, but I think the speeds in there were so poor.
Brady's dad sat right here.
McDonough.
Sorry. When you said that to start with, I genuinely go, what the fuck is he calling me Brady's dad for? And then it clicked over and I was like, nah, let's just.
Yeah, he had a stream going the whole week, but it's just on his page.
Darren's got a video coming too.
Okay, about out the west. So
I hope he doesn't cut out all the times when he motherfucked you. Like cursed you for another 10 pin. God damn it. He struck on that one as well. Seriously, pick one.
Yeah.
Did Eric know he was going to win as soon as Packy threw his 300?
Maybe a little bit more confident because I remember I shot 300 in some step ladder a year ago and had 160 the next game. So I know it goes quick.
I did mean to ask you, when you turned up on Sunday, because obviously when you qualify, you're going across the house, and like, when you, like, did you feel like that you should have had an advantage when you were bowling, when it was you, Dio, and Packy, being as you and Dio bowl every single regional in the finals together? Were you kind of surprised when Packy like ate your lunch the first 3 games?
Well, I threw it like a dog after the first game. I had 299, and then like I probably placed 1 shot the next 3 games. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. It's like my top half was 300 pounds and my legs were made of toothpicks. So He was going to catch me, but he always had a better look. Whenever they started to carry down a little bit, he started to strike more.
Now, in that kind of format where you're cutting from, I think it was 16 down to 8, and after 299, obviously you were going to make the match play. Is that a mental thing where you just took your foot off the gas? You're like, okay, I'm in now, or something else?
No, I've been having balance issues, and it just takes one little thing to go wrong for me to just kind of lose it for a little bit.
So because you cut the mane and you've lost, I'd say you lost some of your superpower because your hair's shorter, or
Yeah, it's not holding me back. Same thing happens when I put it in a bun.
same thing happened to Stu, to be fair. So just been a minute.
No, Packy's in our region. He lives in Wichita. Ryan was in Vegas. So
yeah,
no. Ryan just couldn't win one in our region, so he ran off to the west to win one. Hey, I respect it.
It was going to be a tough go in our region.
It was a legit reason, clearly.
I mean, you either have to be a two-handed lefty or me.
Oh,
Still went to one regional with Brooklyn, and it's just like he's
I mean, the banner says ask us anything, but apparently it's say just anything. I mean, just whatever nonsense you want to throw out there.
And what are we talking about in Brooklyn? Who? What?
One in Lubbock, didn't you? No.
Oh, I needed like 6. Stop.
And you threw a Brooklyn and you only needed 6?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to miss the head pin, did I?
Oh, sounds like you're
closer to 6 than you're missing the other way.
Nah, trust me. I've watched out plenty of times in my life, Chris.
Winners hip pocket.
Anyways.
Anyway, all right.
There we go. Friend of the show.
You can tell our group is middle-aged.
One-handers.
One-handers.
So like when they start talking about people who are grumpy old white dudes, we're grumpy old one-handers. That's our demographic.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter your race. We're just grumpy, old, and one-handed.
Yeah. Ryan can't enter the TOC now. That's good.
Yay.
The regional field last weekend was strong. It was the end of the year. The RPI was wrapping up, and there wasn't anything else going on. It's kind of a perfect storm of kind of the middle of the guys that bowl a lot of the regionals anyway.
Yeah,
not
and it was a smaller field, so there wasn't, the bottom half making them too much worse.
True, because I mean, you get a priority entries when they get a 16-lane center like that. So 60 entries, and it was mostly the top of the region.
I have to tell you, Ryan, that the field when you won your first regional was 4.5 times bigger than when I won my first regional.
Oh, yeah.
I think I beat 21 for my first regional.
Does that even count? If you only have...
I think that it's like 24 makes it like absolutely a lock, and that less than that is at the discretion of the tournament organizer. And being us, we got like a huge amount of cash to turn up at this regional in like, God, where was it? It's like Virgin River Casino. It was like north of Vegas. Really weird little joint. Yeah, we turned up and there it was. Gary Mage was like, well, I think I got Tina to enter, so we got it to enough. Because when I won my first regional, I think Tina came 4th.
Oh.
I just remember her beating Devaney and him going absolutely fucking apoplectic because it was a short pattern, and him just being so pissed off about like no revs and just dob it down there, throw it anywhere, etc., etc. It was very funny.
This is the guy who's taking your advice to heart. He's not letting pride F with him.
Nope.
Thank you, Paul.
No, Tina was very happy. Tina understands that financially, if we bowl a tournament and she beats me, it's not usually great for us financially. And being as she's an accountant, she understands numbers. So, all right, Ryan, let's have a little bit of a chat about your trip to Vegas. You bowled both regionals, right?
I did.
So you bowled the non-champs. Was that your first non-champs regional?
I bowled one other in Houston like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so now you're done with those.
Yeah.
Unless you take the Wesley Lowe approach, which is win about 17 of them and still be able to bowl them. I don't even really know how he managed. Or Eric. Eric's another one, won a regional and then won a non-champs regional as
He
well.
won like 3. Won 3 non-champs, then got his card, then got to bowl another non-champs, and win again.
Did he?
Yeah, in Waxahachie.
Whoa.
In Waxahachie?
He's talking about you, Eric.
Me? Oh, no.
No, he won a real regional.
I won one as a a real one, and then I got my card. And I think my first one as a member was the non-champs.
Yeah. Yeah, you had you want to plan it like every year for like 2 or 3 years in a row, it felt like, and then got your card, and then got to bowl a non-champs,
Mm-hmm.
which sat in a little bit different
gray area
for different people. But the way the rule was at the time, that was in Tony's inaugural season as a tour director. So
Yeah, that was Pete's last event. Was the
Yeah.
non-champs. Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like non-plus to either of those because I just don't care about non-champs regionals. So
No, I felt like since the first one I won, that's the best regional I've ever won. I've never bowled better than that. So I feel like, getting the title at the non-champs for my record counts.
So clown alert. I don't know who this guest is, but he looks good, says Jake.
Hey.
I had a fan in front of me and start blowing.
So let's chat about your win,
that's
Ryan.
like Stu's first regional with the non-champs. Oh, it was in the West.
Yeah.
That's the next best thing. So, but Ryan, other than your dad or EJ, who would be your dream opponent in a final to win your first PBA title?
I don't know.
His mommy.
Yeah, there you go, Linda.
Oh dear. The best answer for that, Ryan, is who cares? It all pays the same. I beat everybody. or once you get older, you'll understand that you only remember the losses vividly. I bet half the titles Chris has won, he can't remember who he beat. But he remembers all the ones he lost.
I'm getting better at flipping it around, but yeah.
Oh,
I got a lot of guys' last title and some of their first and onlys.
Yeah. I saw that list that they put out on Facebook for you being bowler of the month or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was quite a long list. And I have to be honest, having lived through quite a lot of that, it did seem like it wasn't quite as exhaustive as it should have been. It felt like you won quite a lot more than that. Even though that list was a bit like, zip, and the piece of paper went forever. But yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of the Team USA stuff and doesn't have, that stuff doesn't, it matters to you because you winning always feels good.
Yeah.
But, whether we were bowling the same region a lot too, and then we were bowling a lot of the same world bowling tours and those kind of things, and none of those counted back then. A couple at the very end, but it's just I don't know. I'd forgotten about some of it, so it was kind of cool to read and remember that I was decent at one time. The one that stuck out actually that I didn't remember is that I was 80. It's at 87 shows, and I didn't know the number. But I bowled for the title on 49 of them, which
I think 87 seems short.
I mean, we I don't know. We count shows differently now too. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think that's right because I think I'd seen a list where you were over 100 because there was about 5 people who were over 100.
Oh, okay.
And I thought you were one of them. Well, we'll see because this new thing that what's his name? Nolan. I was going to call him Logan.
Yeah.
Nolan's doing is quite cool. That top 25 of the 20th century.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like stuff like that. there isn't really a wrong answer to it. It's kind of nice. I wonder how many times he tweaked the points though to get the answer he wanted.
Yeah. I find it fascinating. The guy's been with the PBA for a couple of years, and he's the one doing all the historical things because you can't probably find it anywhere else.
I was going to say, because he cares. Like literally, the only time you ever see your stats is when they produce the, like they do the thing for the TV, like the description thing. It has all your stats on that you've ever bowled on TV. So the TV always has it. But they're the only people who ever has it. Because I remember looking at it with Dom, and Dom's like, I've never known any of this stuff. Because he doesn't really care about stuff like that.
That's the important people. What are Eric and Ryan's goals this next year? And how are you preparing to get it done?
Who wants first? Me? All right. I think I'd keep the explanation simple. I just want to win some level, no ceiling. And then the floor will be winning. But I don't know. I have a lot of physical things I'm working on in the off season. I have to figure out reactive and figure out all the tricks for when we don't have it on the left. So I don't know. I'm in the bowling alley every day, 2-3 hours a day. Just trying to get as good as we can.
Where do you practice up there?
Bolero, Edmond.
Oh, yeah. The old tour stop.
Oh, yeah.
It's not necessarily the easiest place to bowl.
That's a pretty good place to practice as far as things go.
Yeah, it's probably, I mean, there's a lot of other places I could go to bowl. So that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I bowl really bad there.
Boulevard Bowl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
I average like 70th in the regional we have here. Never made the cut.
Yeah, that place is not necessarily renowned as being tremendously easy on the left, and it's pretty low scoring on both sides in general. The gutter doesn't hook a lot.
Dio makes a hook.
Well, you what? Dio? That's yeah. Well, I guess he did right.
I think Dio just hit 7 over and over.
Just
I'll be honest, that place isn't particularly good for one-handed right-handers who are overweight. Just from experience, it hasn't worked out. I don't know whether it's the weight, the one-handed, the right-handed, or just being British. But
I was gonna say Swanson used to do okay, but
so maybe it's the British thing.
I think you just have to spin it to bowl good.
you guys are all pricks, so probably.
I mean, that was my favorite regional ever when I bowled so bad, scraped through the cut, and the first round of the finals, I literally didn't know anybody who was bowling with me in that area. And then we switched ends, and I turned to Frankie and Sean Laver, and I said, "Oh, I get to bowl with my friends for the rest of the finals," because they were all at the top. Anyway, Ryan, come on, let's get some words out of you.
I would like to get in the winner's circle on the big tour. That'd be a cool thing.
But do you feel like what do you feel like is going to be the thing that makes you make that next step? Because obviously you did awesome last year. You know, I think was you 12th in the points, something like that.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is what holding you back, so to speak?
I was just strategy and experience. Not really sure how to break down the lanes on shows or even that kind of thing. But like the 2 times I bowled good, it's been pretty straightforward on short patterns. But you carry them down and then you either go around it or you throw your thing. The other times I've struggled, it's been longer, and I haven't really broken down the spot to the right as much as I think I should have. And then, just learning.
Yeah, that's specifically the TV. I just kind of really meant like just week to week, like
how to get to TV more often.
I mean, I qualified pretty well in the classic events. I just gotta get. I don't know.
There's better matches.
Yeah, better. I gotta get better at the match play stuff. So
yeah, that's one of those things I think is really hard because it's the thing that you get the least practice at, and it's also the thing that's like the least things you want to experiment when you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like, hey, I did really well, I made it, but now I'm not going to do what I just did to make it, bowling really well, because I think this would be better. And then if you win, you're like, man, that was ballsy. That was really smart.
Yeah.
But if you lose, you're just like, why did I just do that? And I
Yeah,
feel
think
like that's
a little
really
more
difficult.
tougher than that. I think I'm just a little more surface based when I bowl on my own.
Yeah.
Because when you bowl qualifying, I have the one hander just like you to beat it up for me. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean,
oh, yeah.
it doesn't take a genius to be a two-handed bowler. I
No,
left a 2-pin. What'd you do? I moved left. I left the 4-pin. What'd you do? I moved left. Like, I mean,
I'm glad you get it.
To be
Oh, that
fair,
one didn't
Tommy was
work.
doing that, 2 decades ago too. But yeah,
yeah.
It's,
I know. I get it. I'm just
having the highest rev rate is always been a cheat code too.
Yeah. I mean, having the highest rev rate and also being a good bowler is definitely people like Timmy gets a little bit offended when we say that to him about when he came over to Europe. And it's like, no, we're not saying you weren't a good bowler.
Yeah.
We're just saying that you had a higher rev rate than everybody else and you were really good. Therefore, you crushed everybody. Like, you weren't like light years better than Thomas Lee Anderson and Torre. You're just miles more rev rate than them.
Well, it's so weird in bowling that that ends up being taken as slander. Where in golf, I don't think Rory McIlroy apologizes for the fact that he hits it longer, and then he's better.
Yeah.
I mean,
In fact,
that's
Bryson
how it works.
DeChambeau actually said out loud, I'm going to hit it further than everybody because that'll mean that I'll win. Not, oh, I need to get better. He was literally just like, if I just hit it miles, I'll probably win.
Yeah, all the guys are better when they hit wedges instead of 8-irons, and the moves get easier when you're not in the middle. It's got to be a little trickier when you have a regional like that, Eric, where you're following. You had way more traffic than usual.
Yeah.
There was a lot of lefties in the field, which is not that usual in our region.
Yeah, but
Although
it
more
made,
so lately. But
yeah, it made him so easy. After game 4, I mean, it was just hit an arrow.
That's really kind of surprising, actually, because the pattern seemed like it was pretty easy on the fresh. And usually when it's easy on the fresh, that's when the lefties do really well because they're not experiencing as much transition as the righties. Like, it stays easier for longer. So that's why, because I was chatting with Mike Alexander about it. He was just, hey, what do you think is going to happen with those three bowling together? And I said, well, it's hard to say, but you would think that it might actually be a little detrimental to them because it was so easy on the fresh. And then Packy bowled 790 the first 3 games. I was like, well, that's that theory gone.
one of the things I think is different, and I think it happens on the right, since we went to the 78 rules, the lanes get easier when the right uses your thing. But they were in off the gutter. And so because they were playing 10, 12, 13, a lot of them, the carry down happened in the right spot versus when they end up on the gutter. And all that carry down is at 40 feet on 5.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really a way to get around it, even if you're, big-handed like you and Dio and Packing got the ability.
Riley, like, I don't know you that well, but there was 3 lefties in the top 4 in the Planet one. So impossible on the left seems a little bit of a stretch. Dio led by millions. So if we just take Dio out of it, because whatever, any bowler's allowed to bowl well. Packy and Corey Umbrella both made the top 4.
Corey
was it just Packy?
Corey barely made the cut with a 250 his last game.
Who did?
Corey Umbrella.
Yeah, but he made it all the way to the top 5.
Yeah, he went on a run on Sunday. Me and Riley, we bowled A squad, and every time they re-oiled, it got twice as easy on the left. The scores went higher and higher and higher every block.
He said, "Forgot about that." Lol.
Yeah, that was an anomaly for you because obviously it's a place you bowl great at.
Yeah, again,
just a bunch of times in a row, and I mean, we just kind of assumed that house mounts almost like you crush that place, whether it's a SASBA or they have tournaments there. It's a good tournament center, but
you don't.
Corey's,
right.
Client was just fine. It actually, to be honest, Corey, you actually helped me out because I actually thought that I had a chance of making it to the next round, and then you just decided that I didn't. And it actually made me feel a lot better because I was able to get home 2 hours earlier, and I'd have only made an extra $57 or whatever it was. So, in hindsight, like, all power to you. Thanks for having my back. But yeah, I just think that sometimes righties as well, like, just we get so wrapped up in the left right thing that, oh, I didn't bowl well, they must be hard on this, or rather than, like, you know, a little self-reflection. Because I mean, I bowled a couple of times where I'm like, oh my, like, we bowled in Thousand Oaks last year, I think it was, and Dio was like, couldn't miss, and you bowled really well after the first couple of games. And I was like, oh my God, how much advantage is. And then Moldy almost caught you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have to have a little self-reflection of, you know, maybe you mentally you got a little trapped into worrying about things that you can't control. So,
Yeah. I mean, me and Dio in the sweeper after the whole practice session, we both threw backup balls. I averaged 240. It was just, I think.
Where was this at?
At the regional this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just the ball choice of urethane, no righties through urethane, and they didn't get very easy after game 4.
Anyway, let's try this for a third time. Ryan, let's have a chat about you winning. So, you qualified second in the original qualifying, right?
Yeah.
What did we go through? What were we bowling on? We were bowling at the stadium or the plaza. I think they've redone the lane since we last bowled nationals there. So how was that?
42 feet Salvino. The day before we bowled on 39 feet Albee. It was fairly similar, hooked off the same spot. There's actually more hold at 7-8 with the urethane.
I think that
ball.
Salvino pattern's usually pretty good to, like, you get away with it if you miss right a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
you can get it right pretty early and hooks.
Yeah.
I jammed a urethane ball for 4 games. I had like 240, 240, 190, 240. And then I switched ends and they were way different side to side still. So,
yeah.
But yeah, they were pretty straightforward.
What did you go to after urethane?
I went right to my optimal.
Okay.
That's kind of my baby. So, yeah. I actually made a couple mistakes on the qualifying, which led I moved too far left in qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Got away from the hook in the front, and that made them really hard.
I did that in league last night.
Yeah.
I went something like spare, double, spare, moved 10 right, and then had, I think I had 14 in a row, spare, and then about another 8 in a row.
Ew.
And then I was like, and then the people were playing, they just go back to the left. But anyway, sorry, go on. So you went into that optimum idle. If you would have needed to make another change, just really to educate people with coming off urethane, because I think that's the hardest thing for people. Yeah. So you went to like a fairly strong cover ball, but with not that much core with the idle, really, like relatively speaking.
Yeah,
symmetrical, but yeah, low RG and
it's got a tall, quick layout, so I feel like it comes off the urethane pretty well, at least that one. And then I went to the origin a little bit in the catcher's round.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got somebody who's a regular viewer. Ryan, you might have been sleeping when this debacle happened. I think Chris has already got the middle finger up for this comment.
Hi, Don. Yeah, I see you.
Is Ryan controlling the mouse today? Because I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but Chris kind of likes to play with the mouse while the show's on. And with your mouse, the side button by the thumb had the back. And your dad kept leaving the show.
Yeah, I hit the one on the side. It just kicked me out of the show every time, which is awesome. So every time, like this, I could change the logo. Okay, bang. Gone.
It was probably the mouse's fault.
Well, now he has a very basic mouse.
Yeah, we dumbed it down appropriate to my.
We've got scroll wheel and 2 buttons. That's it. Right. No programmable buttons. No.
All we need.
I am not shooting anyone around the corner through a bend, and need my telescopic.
All right, you're trying too hard.
I am.
So
That's what I do.
you came back on Sunday. Was it kind of the same process?
Yeah, very much same. Yeah, I just broke them down to the right surface and then threw the red ball on the track.
Okay.
And had the berries.
And then when it got to the ladder, was Darren kind of doing the same thing with the urethane, or was he in reactive?
Darren was pretty much doing the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of he kind of just walled the lane up in a way that you were quite happy to see, and then for you it was just a decision over whether the lane had transitioned enough to be in the reactive or not.
Yeah, that's basically.
Yeah, the trick was watching. I mean, urethane lasted, but it lasted 3 games, then it lasted 2 games, then it lasted 1 in the last round. How fast you get out of it. He had an option out of it. Darren basically bowled good with urethane, and then went his next ball after that. It was better than Sunday. I think he drove the Tour Dynamics.
Yeah.
So he got a very similar core and got a smooth cover off of it.
In qualifying, you could basically throw the urethane ball until you hit Sorrell's pair.
My man can make that fucking ball hook, can't he?
Yeah.
God damn.
And then it got offline in the front, and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
And the thing with him is like with Sorrell, it's like it looks like it's absolutely awful until it doesn't. And then when that ball squares up to the pocket, you're like, it is on. There is no hole he can't dig himself out of.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He does break it down from sideways like the pitch blacks and purples did, though. He does not make the lane easier following him.
Well, I bowled one of the tournaments with him, and I honestly was like giggling because I beat him by like 120 the first 2 games, and he beat me by like 200 the last 2.5 games. And I told him afterwards, I was like, I was all set to complain to the tournament director about having to bowl with you. Because bro couldn't even keep it on the right-hand side of the lane. I was just like, he's like, when it doesn't work, he looks like he's, like when a kid starts bowling two-handed and it hooks too much. But then it clicks, and then he just throws a million strikes.
Yeah.
So back to your step ladder. Did the shows you bowled on the national tour help? Did you use anything from that to help? This is your approach.
I mean, I just made sure the spots were right hooked. I threw a ton of surface in practice, all the practice. And I knew Darren was going to throw urethane, and the other one was Dallas, and Dallas actually helped because he threw a ton of surface to the right. So,
yeah.
Super nice when the other guys help, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he was trying to help himself.
No, I know, but like when you're just like, man, you're doing a good job of burying yourself. Appreciate you.
Well,
the thing is,
I find Dallas to be a lot like Nathan. I mean, the harder they are, the more threat he is to win.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I think if you or Mika were making that, I'm pretty sure that your surface wouldn't have been going down to the right to make them easier for you.
Yeah, we'd have been pushing people left.
Well, yeah, and then almost jumping back right.
Could be. I mean, Mika is way more about the complete defense.
Yeah.
But nobody else was going to be left of where he was anyway. So he had the Robert Smith version of the more shots went down the lane, in theory, the better it should have been. As long as his reactive ball was doing the right thing, which it did get behind it, but the head didn't do the job. So
old Jimmy Smitzer in the back throwing the extra pin in for you.
Korean air gun going on.
The only difference was at least they were falling backwards. Some of those shows when you bowled there and then like the 10 pin stood and then it just went psh, and then it fell dead forward and you're like, what just happened?
So I'll let you guys answer. How would you play defense in bowling on a step ladder?
I feel like
bowling against.
Yeah. I mean, on our side, it's like almost trying to trap the guy. Like if you can get surface going just right of what any lefties playing, I mean, then you're making them think about getting into reactive, and none of us want that.
Do you? But
We're
on a
speaking- we're
serious
speaking
note,
truth today on the show.
Huh?
We're speaking truth today.
Yeah. Hey, I threw reactive this weekend.
I know you did.
but
You and Dio throw it all the time. I mean, Dio never throws it in league, and
Yeah.
I mean, really doesn't throw it. He does throw it in the regional, but he's certainly not. He doesn't take long to get out of it.
No, he's phenomenal with reactive. Very good.
Yeah, he's got some touch. I mean,
When
your speeds are much higher than most of the guys that grow up just throwing urethane balls at him. Too. I mean, rev rate speed matches up for reactive as much as it does for urethane.
Yeah.
when do you think you have an advantage, Eric, on the left side? Because I think, like, from looking from the outside, I think that what Dio does that none of the other lefties seem to be able to do is he can really throw it over the front consistently. Like, he does really good with that. I feel like, anyway, like,
Very good.
and then I feel like Packy is a bit like Russo in the there isn't a speed that he doesn't want to throw it slower than. Like, he's quite happy to do that, like, and create more shape. When do you feel like you have the advantage?
Yeah, in a weird way, it's like you wouldn't think it because of my rev rate. I feel like whenever the fronts are hooking the most, like I have this kind of push release that I get really comfortable doing. So if I can have really shallow launch angles with urethane, or if I can almost play a fallback line with reactive or similar
So
to that,
almost a bit more like Jesper. You like really like playing the hold.
I do. Yeah.
We were just talking about this because sometimes you and Dio bowl good at the same times, and then others you bowl independently of each other, and that's a lot what Jacob and Jesper also do.
Yeah.
At the tour level, because Jesper likes to stand closer to it and uses speed, and you're 6'3", and you've had to dial back your speed to match up, and Dio's had to increase his speed to be able to match his rev rate.
He's also grown about 8 inches in the last like 3 years as well, Dio.
Yeah. And he's just standing taller. He looks 7 feet tall whenever he's throwing a shot.
Yeah. So that I was just really fascinated because I think it's kind of interesting, like, because there are some guys like who Kevin, for example, Kevin Williams, I feel like he's the best when he can throw it super slow but straight. And it's such a hard thing to do, but it's got such a small use window because of how much friction there is because we bowl on stuff that's kind of higher scoring. But I feel like when the lanes are really slick and Kevin can throw it really slow but keep it dead in front of him, he's really good at that.
Yeah, he's also really good when there's like a cliff, like when there's something to throw out and have his ball stop on.
I think CJ is he 6'3"?
I think he's pushing like 5'11".
Yeah, I mean, I'd back. I'll be honest, Eric. I like you, but I'd back CJ in a fight against you.
You could chop off both of CJ's legs and arms, and I think I would question who would win a fight between us.
So how tall are you then?
I'm 6'3".
Okay.
Hi.
I'll be honest, for all the listeners, he doesn't sound that convinced that he's 6'3", does he?
I might be 6'2".
Okay.
Well, I'm 6 foot, and I'm looking up more than a little bit at you, so I don't know.
Then I'll take your answer.
I was waiting for you to say, well, I'm 6 foot and I can see the top of your head, boy.
Yeah, no.
So, Eric, any balls that we should be on the lookout for on the Brunswick side, outside of obviously the Black Hammer, but have any of the newest balls piqued your interest?
I think the Evil Eye is one of the best balls I've seen in the last 2 years. That is a great ball. Black balls are never bad. And the One Ovation, it's been the Evil Eye and the One Ovation I've thrown.
I'm sorry. I'm going to need you to like phonetically say that. The what?
The One Ovation.
Oh, the One Ovation. Okay, because I was you'd made that one word, so I was just like, what?
It rolls
Okay.
off the tongue now.
This is Mika's response to talking about messing the lanes up.
He's the reason why we don't get to practice before shows anymore.
Oh,
Mika would take, the little sanding discs,
like
like the things that you put on the zzz.
yeah.
He took those when he bowled Rash and Belmo on the World Bowling Tour show the one year. He picked a long pattern and then he literally took sanding discs with one finger like this across the track, bowled for a bit, and then did it again, and then bowled some more.
From like 2025.
My man was
back to
brutal.
play 12.
Brutal.
I'll go
The
back.
lanes were not easy, and those guys, he did it to Robert Smith in Chicago, although it didn't really work out the same.
Because Robert threw it to the pins.
Yeah. I was on that show too, so I was also one of his victims, I think.
But the only other ball I wanted to ask you about was, oh shit, which one is it? The Alert. Have you had much chance to throw that one? Because that one seems to be getting some. I have no idea what it is, but I've heard a couple of people be excited about that one.
It was described to me that it was going to be close to our Sensor Solid that everybody really, really liked.
Okay.
The shell on it is much cleaner. Like it gets 4 feet further down the lane.
Okay.
So for me, it's like I don't really like the quick shapes. So I like it on house shot a lot, but I haven't found a practical use on patterns. For Sarah and like the more slow speed women bowlers, they are loving it. It looks amazing.
CJ, the Obsession Tour is going to be a beast.
Yeah, that
CJ, it isn't 2022 anymore. No, Kevin picked it. I was leading points by a lot, and he picked the pattern that favors them, so I had to rectify that situation, says Mika.
Even up the field. Yeah, that I do remember that. That was a bad deal. He was the leader. He should have got to pick whatever pattern he wanted to, and Kevin did what he does. So
he's talking about Kevin Dornberger, who at the time was the president of the WTBA, for those people who weren't aware. The Hike says that the Alert is Brunswick's version of an IQ Tour with a bit of a bigger cover, and he likes it.
Yeah, the shapes are pretty similar.
Yeah.
Joey Buttafuoco.
Good bowling, fellas. Oh, there you go. There is a tradition on here of ball announcer spoilers. Can you tell us what the new hammer release is that's being teased?
Black Hammer 98D.
It's such a clown.
He's like dead serious.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. We've run ourselves a little bit of a foul of that.
We've had an oops every once in a while.
we do have another tradition on the show, which is to rename balls. Just not and the thing is, it's not on purpose either.
Oh no.
Yeah, what, the Ion Pro Max or something?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Ion Pro Max.
It's almost more famous than the Ion Max.
Yeah. The Reality Strike, that became a show favorite.
I just couldn't remember the name of that ball. I just couldn't.
And you actually threw it a lot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Here we go. Black Hammer 45D. It comes with an extra bottle of acetone in the box.
We've already had that one.
Yeah.
It's called the purple.
It's called the purple.
Yes, the Ion Pro Max Elite Mark II.
Oh no.
No, guys, it's the Hammer D and D Pearl. This is apparently funny for those guys. We're obviously too old, Chris.
gonna go ahead and translate that? We're not a PG-13 show.
Let's just go to the next one.
Huh.
Uh,
Viking looks a lot like Reality Strike. What do you guys think? I'm very nervous to compare balls like that because I think the Viking is probably much stronger than a Reality Strike, to be perfectly honest.
yeah.
It's so hard because like you take them on the lanes and you have a kind of a like an imagination of where a ball is going to fit, you know, like an old ball, and then you drill them, and like they always hook miles less.
Which one's the Reality Strike? Is that darker one?
Yeah.
Reality
Yeah,
check.
it reality check. It was like dark. It was blue and red.
That was a
It
smooth
was
one.
like it was supposed to be like a hybrid reality. But we had to do the what was it called? 4K fast
Yeah.
at that time. So then it just became a bit different. Yeah.
Okay.
We were playing the poker game last night, you know, during league, and Dio put down the 6-7, and he thought that was super funny. The other four guys at the table were all like,
All the other old heads are like,
"Oh, like
and Dio's just laughing.
he just thought he couldn't stop giggling."
Oh.
It's just-
I thought that one reached your generation.
it did, and then we heard it, and we went, "Wow, this is even dumber than I thought."
You just gotta say it more.
Just- that makes it better. Yeah.
Yeah, you go sick in the head, and it gets really funny.
Yeah, the only thing about it is I find it hard for our generation who had was up.
Yeah, right.
Is anything really?
Yeah. No, every generation is equally idiotic. I watch stuff like the 6-7. I go, wow, how could the media possibly manipulate an entire community to some kind of message? And then you go, that caught on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point taken. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. So what else? First emotion after when you realized it was about the 8th or 9th frame, you basically you'd won.
Yeah.
Nah, it's when Darren opened the first frame. He's like, "I got you."
No, I'm pumped. I don't. I was trying not to cry. It's been a minute. I haven't won anything in a while, so
Oh my God, stop.
I haven't.
Haven't won anything in a while. Come on.
A lot of money.
I made a lot of money.
But
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad for you won. And like I say, winning a regional makes life just a little easier.
Yeah.
It's not like winning your first regional
It's just fun
makes
to win.
life easier. Winning your second one doesn't really do anything other than it's cool that you won a second time. But the first one, it's a pain in the ass. Like you've got to watch the TOC. It's dumb. Like I understand and I don't understand all at the same time.
Yes, sir.
leave it in a week. Yeah, there is one thing about starting later is you don't get to be the best bowler, you know, beating up on 16-year-old kids and get used to winning.
You
When
missed out on that. That is fun.
Yeah, when you're a man amongst boys and every day you show up and you're like, oh, I didn't really even bowl that good, and I still won. I always wondered, you know, how much like Rash bowled junior played 21.
Nice doing it.
Sorry, you just
21 or 67?
He bowled for yeah, right. Yeah, I mean the high school rule of my youth tournament's basically because of Sean. Like I'm not letting college kids go beat up on kids in high school. It's just such a massive difference right through there.
Yeah,
but Sean learned how to win. He came right on tour, and the first times he got on shows, he was like, you could see he was like, I'm used to winning. I haven't, and he won the first 3 or 4 times, and he got better at making shows that he wasn't doing his thing, and then that always is a good way to ruin winning on shows. But
Yeah.
you get close a lot more. First shot in the 10th did the patent and scream at the pins you just obliterated.
Take that, you little bitches.
So Eric, what's your goal? Do you have a I want to win 62 regionals, so you pass Chris Warren or whatever? I mean,
Yeah, maybe 5 more than that.
okay,
But
before 30.
6,
I
7.
mean, just
I mean, to be fair, I really feel like he should start by attempting to get within 10,000 points of Dio in the standings.
I want to do that once. Yeah, then we can think about numbers.
That would be a good start. Dio was more ahead of Eric in second than Eric was ahead of a person who hadn't bowled a tournament this year. He had more than twice as many points as second. Yeah,
We're gonna have to put a cap on how many he can bowl in a year.
yeah, like 3, because that's 7,500.
yeah. Well, I mean, I pretty much agree that the guys in the top 10 shouldn't get to bowl much more than 3. The problem was he was 70th. So,
For reference, for people who don't know, Dio Bernard in the west, in the southwest region, is probably as devastating, if not a little more, than EJ is on the national tour. To give you a perspective, and of course, on the national tour, we have like pesky things like step ladders and like random formats. In a lot of the regionals, we don't necessarily have that. So Dio leads by like 400 or 500, like semi-regularly. It's not that unusual for him to be miles ahead. So yeah, this season has been, as the Brits would say, a little bit of a piss take. Yeah, because when a normal person wins a regional, like you're super pumped. Dio, it's like he won. It's like whatever. It's like he wins by leading by 300 or 400 is generally the way it goes. So, just for a little bit of perspective,
I think Chris Warren just won his isn't it like 60th or something crazy?
yeah, I think Chris Warren might be the only person who's won in all the regions or the American regions. Like,
yeah, Scroggins, I think, won in the low 30s.
I feel like it was like 42. We were just in WT and they like asked it at the bowling.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40 something. I could be off.
It was a lot, and he was good in the era when McCordick was the regional director, and McCordick didn't like step ladders. So unless the proprietor was very strong about it, we didn't do it. And you bowled your qualifying, and then you just bowled like 16 games of match play, and he had that old Roadmaster, and he'd have 32 balls in the trunk, and he'd just keep throwing up 5 until one of them hooked off of it, and then it was on.
So, they actually have. I don't know how often they update it, but they do actually have the all-time regionals on the PBA website. But I think it's one of those things where you have to actually search for it rather than go through the website, if that makes sense. So Walter Ray is actually number 1, but he has 35 regionals and 32 senior regionals for 67. Chris Warren has the most regular, tied with Weber at 47 regular titles, but that rounded on this data. Chris Warren up to 60. Scroggins actually had 40 regulars and 4 seniors for 44.
Crazy.
Steve Jaros, 43 regionals. That's quite a lot. Ryan Schaefer, 29. Chris Barnes, 29 plus 6.
I have 6.
6 seniors, 29 regulars.
I don't think I've even bowled 6 senior regionals.
No, you have 6.
You've won 6.
Apparently I have.
Nathan Moore has 27 wins. Dick Allen, 28 wins. Just picking out people who, people. Jeff Riggles, 30 wins, tied with Patrick Allen. Just 30 regular wins, no senior wins.
Wow.
So,
I mean, if you have people in the building, the step ladders are meant to create excitement. And if there's people there and you got people watching, I think it can make some sense if you're streaming it, some of those things. But really, if you're just concerned about the best player for the weekend,
excuse me.
yeah, that wouldn't be how you would do it. I mean, Tim Foy's having a pretty good. I guess that was last year.
Yeah. That's nuts.
First, second, third. Good grief.
What's Ryan? Is it Leaderbach?
Leaderbuck, yeah.
Yeah, he crushes the central. Basically, anything that Graham Fog doesn't bowl, he
won one by 500.
Who did?
And Graham was second, I think, second or third. Ryan Leaderbach last year.
Remind me, which hand does he bowl with?
Both of them.
Which is his majority hand?
Before I say this, he has his thumb in it. He's a left-hander.
Okay. I was just checking. Because when you say he won by 500, I don't even care unless it was a right-hander.
It'll never happen.
Like, when a right-hander wins one by 400 or something, like, fucking hell, how good did that guy bowl?
it is a little bit, yeah.
CJ Petrin. What should I prepare for since I'm going to try the national tour? I have a little list for him. Do you guys want to go first, or
sharing a bed with me? We're roommates.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should probably drill a spare ball, CJ. I think that would be good for you. I think you should probably work on getting the ball to pick up without using the friction. These are like serious points. I'm not fucking with you. I'm just like, I think that the thing that's the most difficult for people when they first come out, if they're not prepared for it, is being able to make their ball roll in oil. Because when we bowl all of the tournaments around, there is almost always a significant amount of friction somewhere that you can use. And I think what separated Ryan when he came out as somebody who hadn't bowled in that environment very much before was he was able to make his ball pick up in the oil, and then it's easier to control the patterns and take advantage of, when they're easy. And if you watch EJ, he's by far and away the most consistent and best bowler, and his ball never doesn't pick up in the oil. Like, the rest of us have our ball like skid, and then pick up. Whereas if you watch EJ, if you get there's plenty of videos online of right behind him with the like slow-mo of his release. If you watch the ball, as soon as it hits the lane, it really starts trying to pick up in the lane. And I think that's the thing that will help you the most, because you're very physically gifted and you've got a really high rev rate and you can do a bunch of things. I just think that that's the thing that allows you to maximize all of those things you have.
Did you guys see the video of EJ shooting I think it was 300 at Nationals this past year? And like he's covering every board on the lane and the ball's in a roll at like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah.
Insane. Oh, and the USBCs, we were there. I watched it live because we bowled the next day. He was an arrow and a half too far left, too.
I believe it.
He decided he was playing in. They were tight. And he just played there, and he just kind of beat up a little bit of spot. But, I mean, that was on the slow end for him for sure. And he was not.
Yeah.
Right? And he just decided, I'm just going to play here. And he just was a good bowler. Because they weren't that easy from that.
Like I say, I just think there's lots of guys who have really high rev rates who aren't successful. It isn't just having a high rev rate that makes it. Like people can say that, but it's just lazy. Like
I've felt like for a long time, and I think it's even gotten worse, is that amateur bowling is about managing friction, and the PBA tour is about creating friction.
Yeah.
You're managing hook spots versus creating hook spots. And the guys that are best at creating hook spots do way better on the tour. And the ones that manage it do way better locally.
And it's probably in a slightly different way than how it was. I think it's almost a little worse because we have some conditions that are quite easy that make you think that you can play like you could with the others. It just means that you still bowl well, like score well, rather, but your score is just less than the other guys because their score is now monstrously high. Like, so, I mean, Chameleon was a good example of the World Series this year. I mean, like you usually if you bowl 500 over for like 10 games, you'd think that you bowled awesome, and then there's people bowling 650 over or whatever it was. Like it was kind of wild, the difference. So anyway, you guys needing to wrap this up?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Hit it. I appreciate you guys going. Congratulations, Eric. That was a great performance. You did indeed bowl fantastic again, and it was fun to watch Boy Wonder here.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Congrats, man.
Also, pretty cool trophy as well.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Oh, I was talking to Ryan, not you, but
Never mind. Whatever. I don't have it. I left it somewhere.
no, I was just saying, like that was a pretty cool one for Ryan. Yeah, I appreciate it.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, did you have to carry it through the airport?
Yeah, it was my carry.
Oh, it fit in the carry-on. Oh man, when you were holding it, I thought that was like an Italian trophy or something.
No, it's acrylic.
No, but it looked kind of cool.
It does look cool.
Like, you know.
The Tinker one was cool too, actually. Wooden, carved thing. Yeah.
The one,
I wish I had it somewhere.
the one that Dio won in the
Right
both Oklahoma trophies have been kind of cool.
Yeah, Planet.
This year.
They've been using that trophy for a few years. It's really nice.
Yeah, Eric's like, yeah, I've got several of those.
I've got like 6 of them. Yeah.
All right.
We'll leave on this. From what I've seen, versatility, consistency, and perseverance are a recipe for surviving the grinding on tour, plus a reliable vehicle.
I was about to say,
There you go.
that allows you to keep bowling. I don't know it allows you to keep making any money. Yeah, there you go. You're going to have to hold it dead in front of you guys because you've got the... Yeah, that's not going to work. But yeah, like I say, I thought it was fairly cool. Yeah.
All right.
Are you going to start moving your dad's trophies around so, making space? Or are you going to have your own one?
I'm not moving anything.
Remains to be seen. We'll see.
Yeah, your mom will do it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Congratulations again. And do more in the future. It's super fun.
Podcast is up. I've got 3 episodes up. I'm trying to get a process to do it quicker, but we do have the last 3 episodes up. So if you prefer to listen via podcast, you can. Apple, Spotify, yada 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 yada. Just search for the Beef and Barnzy Show.
All right, and we'll see you on Thursday. Between now and then, please support Bowling Center, Lightning Strikes, and of course, Platinum Forward. Till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
See you later. Thank you.